3 simple steps how our family attain this financial milestone. I've gotten a few emails from a few of you asking how did we do it, and I'm going to tell you, girl, it's easy. It's really easy. It only happened in 3 steps. I want to remind you that I will be teaching. My goal is to teach a financial workshop next year. Okay, I just need to sit and write it. And no, it's not for free. Because you know how the kinfolks are. We want to go up to Keisha Weave and Snatch and pay her $500 to do her weave. But we want to come down here to Sister Janice and want to take her course for free. Or expect Sister Janice to mentor you for free. But you'll go drop through $5,000 in a Chanel purse, girl. But you won't come over here and want me to mentor you for free and take my financial workshop for free. But you will never go down to Brother Dave Ramsey and ask him to give you his course for free, even though it's only $100. I know, I can see it. An oil spot, okay? I forgot I should have oiled my scalp before I put my dress on. So FYI. It's Wednesday. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for those comments. Lord, I have so much stuff to talk to y'all about. My camera is still not right. I've been sitting here for the last half of an hour trying to work it. It's still not right. I look light bright. I look like unseasoned chicken. I know, girl. I know. What did the cousin say? Girl, why when the came on the camera, I said, why is she looking so pale? I said, no, girl, I look pale. I would try to fix. I would remember to fix it when baby daddy comes home. So thank you for your love and support. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up, share this out. Husband profile course is going very well. Dating is for dated. That's coming very soon. I was just reviewing a few things over the weekend. So hopefully I get that out to you. And then my other book, my reprint of my first book, Praying for Our Children, is coming. Hopefully, September, it's August. Oh my God, it's August now. Oh my God. But thank you so much for your love and support. Okay, great. So how did our family attain this financial workshop? And of course, if you want to know what that financial workshop, financial milestone, of course, if you want to know what that financial milestone is, you will have to take my course on my financial workshop course. I know it's not free. No, it's not. No, it's not for free. Because you do not go down to Keisha and tell her to do your hair for free. Okay. 3 simple, easy steps. Number 1, seed time harvest. Seed time harvest. So I don't want anyone watching my video to feel bad or anything like that, that you have not attained financial freedom, financial milestone. The reason is that we all have a different journey. Looking back at my life, right? Having a baby at 16, being homeless on my own since 16, you would have never thought that I would get to this place in my life. But what people didn't know about me is, even though I had a baby at 16 and I chose to carry her in the world, if you know what I mean, because I was given options, my financial education started when I was like 3 and 4. When my grandmother would come home from the market, put me and my brother on the bed, and she would make 3 piles of money. She said, this is to pay people. This is to save. And we going to give you some money to go to the store to buy candy. Buster was my favorite candy. Oh, God. I want to go get me some at the Jamaican shop right now. Buster. Made a coconut. It's my favorite to this day. So I grew up with that. I grew up not owing people. So even though I had a baby at 16 and was homeless and got my own apartment when I was 18, my first apartment was like 3-something. Living in Irvington, it was a Roachmobile, and then my daughter was classified. So little white lady over at George Washington Carver, God bless her soul, went before the child study team. Little white lady came out. She said, honey, let me tell you something. Move to Newark. Newark has the best special education program. You know what I did? I went home, started packing, broke my lease because it was for school. I wasn't charged a fee. Found me another little nice, cute studio apartment, so 1-bedroom studio apartment. Mr. Shaw, God bless his soul. $380 was my studio apartment. That man never raised my rent. He said, I admire you. You're a young woman. You got a baby. You're going to school. I ain't going to raise the rent. He raised everybody rent in the building every year except for mine. That's the favor of God. But I was also a tither, right? And so all my time in school, I stayed in that one studio apartment. Now, when it came time for student loan, I had free student loans for free. I went to school for free. So when it came time to sign your financial aid paper, all the girls and guys I went to school with that are now on Facebook crying for financial aid, student loan, debt relief, were taking $20,000 and $30,000 of student loan out to go live in an apartment they couldn't afford and to go buy cars they couldn't afford. Janice, don't you want to take some money too? Debt is a curse. Debt is a curse. Debt is a curse. This is y'all walking around with debt. It's a curse. Girl, you need to, you Lexi, you still live in this little 1-room apartment. You and Lexi sleeping in the same bed. Yup. $380 a month. I got $322 in welfare assistance. Do y'all know 20 years later they were still doing $322 until the pandemic? And I got my food stamps. I don't remember how much it was. And let me tell you, I tithe on my $322 and I tithe on my food stamps. The Lord laid on my heart to do that. And I would work, study. And that's how I paid my little rent. We always had phone. We always had light. We always had food. And I stayed in that one room, a studio apartment my whole time in school. Don't you want to take out some student loan and get your car? Nope. I walked 3 or 4 blocks to South Orange Avenue, get on the 31, got off the 31, walk Lexi across the street, cross back the street, get on the next bus, go on down to Essex County College, go to school, do my work study. And then they had a child care program. So Alexa would go to early intervention for half a day. The bus would drop her off. I would meet the bus at 11:30, take her to the child care. I don't remember how much we were paying. And in the evenings, me and Alexa would walk to South Orange Avenue, got on the 31 bus, went home. And went home to our 1-room studio apartment. So I stayed in that one studio apartment, slept in the same bed, me and Lexi, until I finished school. And Lexi can't say mommy had a man up in there. When I graduated, I found me a little job. I missed the job that I had now by a few months. Got me a little job. I say, it's okay, 3 years. I'm going to work here 3 years. Call my dad, need a car. Daddy bought me a car. Got that little job, got me a 1-bedroom apartment, gave Lexi the bedroom, slept on the futon. Got the job that I have now that I started out around $50,000, got me a bigger 1-bedroom apartment. My rent was He wanted $750. I say I can't do it. All I can afford is $750. He said, give me $725. I say, okay. Gave legs to the bedroom, slept on the futon. When I got married, I was still sleeping on the futon. They talked about me, they laughed about it. But guess what? I stayed back 1 year at Rutgers to take a course that I ended up getting a C, and I got a student loan that was like $20,000. So I was paying off the one student loan I took out my last year. If I had just left, I would have gotten the job I had, and I wouldn't have had the student loan and working to buy my house. So when my husband met me, I was still sleeping on my futon, paying off my student loans, but I was working on buying my house. Girl, don't you want to get your new car? Nope. My father bought me a car, drove it till it fell apart. Then I said, you know what? I don't need daddy to buy me another car. I've been saving, went to the credit union, took out $2,500 out of my savings and bought a car that had 21,000 miles on that car. Drove that car till I met my husband. Then he parked it for 2 years. Then I gave it to my girlfriend. But see, all the time when I was in school and I was working, I had a goal. My father couldn't read very much, but one thing my dad did was he would buy homes. And so I knew, get a house, buy a house. I was going to buy a house, at least two apartment, live in one, use the other one to pay my rent, the mortgage. Met my husband. He said, that's what you want? I was like, no, I want a one family. He said, okay, find it. And I buy it. We found this house, bought this house. Now, my husband could afford a $500,000 house. We got a $250,000 house. 10 years, my husband is almost done paying off this house, okay? My first job out of college at 23, 24, I started investing. So I am 45. I've been investing for over 20 years. My husband's been investing since he said he thinks he was about 30, early 30s, and he wished he had started earlier. But he said he was at the job. He knew he wasn't going to stay there. So my husband has been investing, I don't know, 25 years, over 20 years, and I've been investing. So when I say a husband is a choice, and when I say be deliberate about choosing your husband, don't go on emotions, gather the data. Do you see how it all works together? After I got married, my godmom, she gave me some money. It's the biggest check I ever got in my hand. And she said, when I got married, she couldn't give me the money because her money was tied up. She said, give me a few years. 2 years, she wrote me a check. And she said, I want you to take this money and put it in the bank just in case something happens to your roof, right? So, she's like 90. I'm reading between the lines because she got a divorce in her 50s. Now, of course, if something happened to her roof, we have insurance. But what she was saying is if anything happened between you and Mike, you're going to have some money. And so I gave Mike half the check to put in the house account because our nest egg, we had mold and we used that money to do the mold stuff. So he says to me, he said, no, it's all right. She gave it to you for you. She gave it to me for the wedding. So I took some money up in the house account, but the rest of it was for me. I gave Mike half of it. He said, no, it's okay. That's for you. She said, it's for you. I said, no. We had used our little nest egg to fix the mold. So let's just put this little, money in our savings. And he said to me, one of the reasons I married you was because I paid attention to how you were with your money. He said, you didn't waste your money. So I knew you wouldn't waste my money. So ladies, this is what I mean when I say you're talking to a guy, everything is going great, and all of a sudden he starts falling back. That means he learned something about you that he don't like, but you don't know what it is that he learned about you because you don't know everything of what he wanted. If I was being careless with my money and my finances, my husband probably wouldn't have married me because he would have thought to himself, well, this girl, she gonna be wasting my money. She gonna want to be shopping and buying $5,000 purse and and I'm okay with $5,000 purse if you can afford it, if you have your savings, your investments, your retirement, your emergency funds, your kids have college money, all of those things. But the problem with a lot of us is we look rich, but we're broke. We'll walk out of the house with $1,000 on, $250 jeans, 125 t-shirt, $450 shoes, 375 jacket, but we don't have $1,000 in our emergency funds. We live paycheck to paycheck. We want to keep up with the Joneses. We're buying stuff we can't afford. You have 18 years to save for your kids to go to college. Then they get 18. You talk, I ain't got it. I ain't got no money. And a lot of people, you don't have a plan for your life. You don't want to sit and invest time to learn about money, learn about generational wealth, come up with a plan. So when little Michael was born, we went to get his Social Security. First thing we did, we called our financial advisor. We got the Social Security number. Start that college fund. Little Michael's 8, going on 9. His college fund is beautiful. But what? That's a plan that you have. Money answers all things, and especially in the Black church, y'all was taught money is the root of all evil. No, the love of money is the root of all evil. That means you'll do anything to get it. And we can't bury our dad. We don't have any emergency funds. We have no savings. We live paycheck to paycheck. And what really needs to change is our mentality. But here's the thing. While my financial education started when I was 3 and 4, my husband also, because he said his dad paid for that, all of his to go to school. He said his dad was like, all y'all got to do is go to school. Is you can start right now where you are. You can't go back to 3 and 4. You can't go back for 18 and 19 and not take that money out to go buy stuff you really want, you didn't need to buy. I am reminded of the story, one of my favorite stories, the prophet Elijah, when he went to the widow's house and she said there was a famine in the land. And the widow said, we have to her son, we have this one little bit of flour left. And we gonna bake us a cake, we gonna eat it, and we gonna die. And the prophet Elijah came and he said, well, before you do that, make me a cake first. Right? Now, to some of y'all, it's like, oh, the preacher, he trying to eat up everything the widow have. So the question is, what do you have? And she stepped out on faith and made that cake for the prophet. And her son was fed. They had flour and oil throughout all the time of the famine. And this is why I said seed, time, and harvest. You have to plant a seed in order to get a harvest. But what do we do as kin folks? We want it for free. We don't want to invest in learning about money and financial wealth and financial freedom and generational wealth. We want it for free. Because I'm a Black woman, so and you Black, I should give it to you for free. But you're driving around in a Benz and I'm driving around in an American car. So a lot of us, it starts with your mentality. Learning about, why do I feel like I'm living in the hood, in the projects? Why you need a Benz? Don't you think it would make better sense to move out of the projects, move to a better community where your kids can go to better schools? Do you know how many people said to me, "Oh, girl, when Mike bought our car, was American car." One thing about my dad also, he always buy a Ford. I ain't Mike should be buying you. He should bought you a Benz or something. For what? He was like my husband said, it's a safe car. And I kind of chuckled to myself because I'm like, driving around a Benz for what? And not that I can. If I tell my husband right now, Mike, go up to Livingston, go to the car and get me a Benz, he'll do it. But that's not who I am. I would prefer to invest that money, put that money towards savings, put that money towards emergency fund, that money towards little Michael's college fund, put that money towards accomplishing more financial milestones. You know what I was saying to my husband is we really could have gotten here quicker, but we live a very comfortable life. We buy what we want, we go on vacation. Kids want to eat out, okay. I want to buy lunch, okay. We want to go shopping, okay. Even though I go to the clearance section, okay. We live a very comfortable. The kids go to private schools. Little Michael goes to a private school. But I hope that you're seeing it all works together. I had to choose a husband who also believed in financial freedom, growing generational wealth, and he also had to marry a woman who was financially responsible, believed in financial wealth, generational wealth. He could not have married somebody who wanted to shop all the time, spend all his money. Like I heard this man marry a woman with $30,000 credit card debt and he didn't know. Why not? You didn't ask for the credit report. You see how we'd all work together? I asked for the credit report. I asked for the W-2s. Let me see your investments. Let me take me down to the bank. Let me see your savings. You want to get married? Do y'all see how everything works together? So when y'all was thinking I'm crazy for asking my husband for the W-2s and the investments and taking me down to the bank, do you see how it all works together? Because if he wanted to get married and he wasn't being financially responsible, then that's somebody I wouldn't have married him. And I showed him my credit report. He didn't ask anything about what I had because it's his responsibility. But do y'all see how it all worked together? Everything worked together. That scripture that says all things work together for the good of those who love God. I don't believe that's what it means, but it all works together. This is why the husband profile is so important. Is it making sense to you? This is why the husband profile is so important. Because you need to look at everything. You need to look about his views on finances. This is why 23 types of guys you might meet is so important. This is why you need to figure out what type of woman you are and what kind of man you need. It all works together. This is why dating is for data. Is it making? I hope you guys are having an aha moment. It all works together. Everything. So I will be teaching a financial workshop. My goal is to teach a financial workshop next year. And I just got into dividends investing this year. And now I'm paying more attention because both my husband and I, passive investors, meaning you set it and leave it. You set it, the money's coming out the bank, it goes in, we look at it every 2 or 3 months, it's going good. So last year I got into dividend investing, and so now I'm a little bit more mindful of my spending. Okay, girl, you're gonna buy lunch today for $20. Okay, well, that's $20 I could put in my dividend investing. So it's all about a plan for your life and what you want. and sitting our hips down and investing time, seed, planting the seed, giving it time, and then we will have a harvest. I love you. I adore you. Connect with me if you want to talk more one-on-one on my Janice Hylton mentoring. Husband profile is going good. In the meantime, pick up, please, and review 23 Tesla guys you might meet, honey, because you might meet one of those men who don't want to pay for their kids to go to college. Okay. Love you. Let me know what you think. Talk to you later. Bye.